What makes something valuable? What makes that brand new iPhone worth $1,500 even though it only costs a third of that to make? Most products can be summed up to three main categories. These are demand, production, and availability. Going back to our iPhone example, we can see that demand is ridiculous for a product like this. Production adds quite a bit of research cost as well as just a risk for making a new model every year. And for availability, there are only a certain amount of precious metals and silicon available to make these products. So it makes sense for a top-end phone to be able to charge that much. But what if you make a product that ignores all three of these categories? Welcome to virtual real estate, the business of quite literally selling nothing for something. If you enjoy content on video game development, make sure you get subscribed and check the description of the video. There's a link to wishlist my multiplayer game I'm working on Steam, and I would really appreciate it. When you buy virtual real estate, you're buying something with no function, no cost to produce, and no cap on the quantity that can be made. So with that said, this sounds like there should be no demand for a product like this, right? Well, Earth 2 has shown us that if you can generate enough hype, you can create demand for literally nothing. Everyone by this point has seen that silly movie trope where they have someone say, "Sell me this pen," and the other person then proceeds to force some scenario where the person who said that would need to write something down and buy the pen back from them. Well, Earth 2 has created that scenario without the pen. Somehow they've managed to convince people to buy millions of dollars of tiles on a map. Before we go any further, let me state, virtual real estate by itself isn't an awful thing. For example, you can buy a home in your favorite MMO for real money that you do get enjoyment and use out of. It definitely breaks some of those core business rules with there being no limit to how much of it can be made, but as long as you get something out of it, I'm fine with that. For that matter, most virtual products, you at least get something that brings you joy. And if you truly get joy out of buying tiles on a map, then go for it and spend as much as you want. However, if you're buying it because you think it's a good business choice, just remember, as soon as that demand's gone, there's nothing there. Many people will get burnt as Earth 2 and its clones become less popular. I'm just trying to look out for you guys and don't want you to be the one who ends up holding the bag at the end of the day. And to Earth 2's credit, which I hate to say, if they ever do end up making the game part, then there is some value to this land. However, if you've watched my past videos, you can see the chances of them making that project are close to nothing. This is why I want anyone who's ever thinking about buying this to judge it only by what it is right now. Tiles on a map. Don't think of anything of what it could be in the future, just judge it on what it is currently. I've been wondering for a little while too. Earth 2 hasn't talked about much of what the actual gameplay would be if they did make this project. Until I see anything else, I'll just assume that you would just get to walk and maybe drive because of their one demo around the areas you own. Anyways, back to virtual real estate as a whole. Games have been doing this concept for a long time. I remember a good 15 years ago when Club Penguin was popular. I would grind hard and ask my parents to pay for the membership so I could make my igloo look so much cooler. Just giving people something that they can connect with that it feels like they own really hits some satisfaction spot in our brain. Even if these products intrinsically have no value, for example, everything I've spent in all those old games is completely gone, just doesn't even exist anymore. However, even when people know that, something in your mind still clicks and makes you want to buy this stuff. My advice to anyone looking to fund a project like Earth 2 and buy its products, just wait. They have enough money at this point to keep development going for many years with the size team they have. Your purchase will not have any factor on whether this happens or not. Just sit on the sidelines, and if it ever does become a reality, then go ahead and spend money on it. But we have to encourage people to stop spending money on things that aren't a real product yet. Spending money on hope or ideas when people don't have a lot of disposable income is not what you should be using it on. Spend your money on things that can help you today, save your money, invest it, just do something smarter with it. On that note, I hope I helped you guys understand more about virtual real estate. It's a really goofy business thing that I hope continues to not take off any further with all the NFT stuff dying down. It's been a lot better recently, but I hate watching people buy into the hype of stuff and get burnt later on. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you in the next one.